Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Skyhawk, Soviet Global Command 3.3. One housekeeping, NATO changed their mind. They did the submarines that they canceled the move of the submarines into A-13. So the three diesel boats stayed where they were. The SSN stayed where it was. Okay, now here we go. Tech. AMD, Advanced Logistics, Caterpillar Drive, Chemical. There's Advanced Logistics, there's Caterpillar Drive, and there's Chemical. So, Advanced Logistics goes to stage 3. Caterpillar Drive is complete. And Chemical goes to stage 2. That's a little better rolling on the tech side than the Soviets have been seeing. The Politburo is pleased. Okay, now, as I said before, there isn't anywhere left for PRF to try to place an insurgent. They don't have any more adjacent land zones that they can try. Because as I said, Mali has a Soviet cooperation treaty, so it's not eligible. So that's it. PRF in North Africa is what it is. So there's no more insurgents to place as global operations. As I said before, diplomacy, they're going to use the free dice to try to get a military pact with Iraq. Now that takes us to military aid and purchase. So for military aid, again, they're going to spend 6 to send PRF 2 more SSNs. I forgot we got to get the advisors over there to facilitate the delivery. And I'm using chips now because I only have just a few SSNs painted for the Soviet miners. Actually, I just painted 2 more yesterday to have the small number that I have now. I'll have to get some more. Anyway, they're spending 3 to send 2 early gen fighters to Iraq. And just so I don't forget to mention it, so it is legal since it's a minor airbase. They're going to be built at the major airbase there in Volgograd. And then for delivery, they can fly overland because they can come through Tabriz 1, 2, 3, 4 and be able to land in Baghdad. Okay, then spending 5 on an early gen fighter in Assam for Angola. Then the Soviets are spending 2 battle stars and 3 IPP to finish the minor army base for Southern Caucasia. They are spending 8 on a pair of SSNs, 8 more on a pair of MBTs, and the remaining 6 on an MBT and a SPAG. Combat movement. A little bit. Okay. Let's see. This mech attacks eastern Iran, the air cav, the attack chopper. The early gen fighter 1, 2, 3 comes in to join the attack. Is that enough, or do I want to change my mind? Something is telling me to also send this MBT from Tehran into eastern Iran. Okay, then the forces in Tabriz are attacking into Shiraz. They're going to be joined by medium bomber, ground attack fighter, and the strategic bomber from Volgograd is going to fly down to Tehran and shoot 2 cruise missiles in there to support that attack. Yep, so there's combat movement there. Then up here, I was supposed to say this at the beginning of combat movement. Soviet Global is declaring war on Sweden. So, this card has the screening force that is going to attack the Swedish Navy. That's a cruiser, 2 destroyers, 2 frigates, and 2 diesel boats. So the the Swedish diesel boats will not have first strike, and one of the Soviet diesels will be denied first strike. One will have it. And then once this is resolved, if we get things cleared out, then, so these guys coming up there, the screening force. Then these guys will come as the moving force. That's 2 battle cruisers, a cruiser, and 2 amphibs. The amphibs are going to be carrying, are each carrying 2 Marines and an attack chopper each. The 2 battle cruisers and the cruiser the 2 battle cruisers and the cruiser are going to shoot shore bombardment. 2 airborne from Leningrad are going to take off, and 1, 2, 3 in here in airborne assault. 2 ASFs from Baltic states, 1, 2, 3 will come over and fly air superiority. The backfire bomber will fly out over A-14 and shoot a pair of cruise missiles in here to support the attack. And that's it for combat movement. So, get back around here. We got enough moving pieces. I think we're going to need battle boards for these attacks. So I will get, Eastern Iran, I don't need a battle board. We can just roll it. Let's see, there's no first strike. Both the mech and the air cav will have close air support, so they will be at their normal attack values after the terrain penalty. Okay, so we're going to have, there's no air there. So we're going to have an early gen and in MBT. Early gen fighter is yellow, MBT is light blue. They're both at 3. Well, there's 2 hits, and 2 hits is what's needed because there's 2 light infantry defending. So here they are. They get 1 hit in return. That was a lot faster and cheaper than anybody expected, especially the Soviets. Okay, so get him off there. That's 1 land battle star for the Soviets. Roundel. Okay, there's that. They are going to take, they're going to take the MBT as the casualty. Simply because the mech defends higher. Okay, get those off of there out of the way. Get those off there out of the way. All right. Now we will have the fight in Shiraz, and I am going to use the battle board for that. Okay, here we go. For first strike, the Soviets have a field artillery shooting chemical and a rocket artillery, and of course those are at 1 because of mountain terrain. They've got the 2 cruise missiles. They are going to use their spy satellite here, so the cruise missiles have target select. And then in defense, the Iranians have a SAM shooting air defense only because they're a minor and can't have AMD, and field artillery. And then their other defenders are the 3 mechs. The mechs here have close air support, so they're at normal value. And here's a fighter bomber, fighter bomber, ground attack fighter. He's at 4, and he has target select at 4. Okay, so first off, let's have okay, rolling at 1, we've got the field artillery shooting chemical and the barrage strike by the rocket artillery. And everybody missed. If they were at their normal values, they would have kicked ass, but because of the terrain, they missed. Okay, now we got 2 cruise missiles. Cruise missile got in for 1 hit. As I said, that is a target select because they used the spy satellite. Okay, here's the defending SAM. He gets 1 air defense hit, and then the defending field artillery. He missed. Okay, so the target select, of course, the Soviets are going to put on a mech. And then the air defense hit. The air defense hit. They're going to put on they're going to have to put on the ground attack fighter. Even though he's got that target select, he is, well, actually, he's the same price as a medium bomber. The medium bomber attacks at 5. No, I tell you what, we're gonna change that. We're gonna keep the ground attack fighter in the game and take the air hit on the medium bomber. All right, so that's it for first strike. Now we're regular. 2 mechs at 3. There is 1 hit. Ground attack fighter. He misses. Attack chopper. Gets a hit. So there's 2 general hits by the attacker. Defender has 2 mechs that get 1 hit. Okay, so the 2 hits, of course, the Soviets or the Iranians are going to take on the SAM and the field artillery. The 1 hit in return, Soviets are going to take on the field artillery. Okay, so now take that off of there. Going around 2, so the rocket artillery goes to the box. 2 mechs. Okay, there's 1 hit. Ground attack fighter. There is the 2nd hit. Go on, let the attack chopper go just because. He missed. 2 mechs defending, and they get 1 hit. Okay, so the Iranians are wiped out. It takes that off, and Soviets have to take a hit that they're going to take on a mech. Okay, so there's another land battle star for the Soviets. These off here. Get a roundel on here. That's going to be Soviets up 1. Which takes them to 40. And now I will get the Svealand attack over here. Okay, here we go. I got it all over here. So the screening force battle first. We got 2 frigates attacking, 2 diesel boats, 1 with first strike, 1 without, 2 destroyers, and a cruiser. Defending, we have 2 diesel boats, no first strike, and a destroyer. Okay, so 2 frigates. Well, first of all, we have a diesel boat with first strike. Okay, he missed. Okay, here's the rest of the Soviet Navy. We got 2 frigates, a diesel boat, 2 destroyers, and a cruiser. Okay, cruiser gets a hit. Frigate gets a hit. Destroyer gets a hit. That's 3 hits, and that's how many are needed to take out the Swedish fleet. Now we have 2 diesels and a destroyer defending. Nothing, everybody missed. Okay, the screening force battle was successful. I'm going to take these guys off the battle board, put them back on their fleet card and get them out of the way so there's no possibility of confusion. Okay, they're gone. Now we do the attack on Svealand. So we have a cruiser and 2 battle cruisers doing shore bombardment. Yeah, they're all rolling 2. Okay, there's nothing there. Now we have 2 cruise missiles coming in. There is 1 hit. They used the spy satellite on the Shiraz battle, so that is not a target select. So one first strike hit for the attackers. Now we have a defending field artillery. He missed. So the first strike hit, of course, the Iranians are going to take on the field artillery. Now we go to ASFs. They do get an air hit. So there's an air battle star for the Soviets. Now we got 2 airborne at 3. Nope. 4 Marines at 4. They have close air support. There is 1 general hit. And 2 attack choppers for a 2nd general hit. Okay, now we have a fighter on air superiority. That's a miss. And 5 mechs for 1 hit. The Soviet commander just breathed a huge sigh of relief because he was expecting to get hit harder than that. Okay, the air superiority hit takes out the fighter. Take that off. 2 general hits. The only thing that's left is mechs. So we got to kill 2 mechs, leaving 3. And then for its general hit, the Soviets are going to kill an airborne. Take that off there. These guys go to the box because they no longer have a target. Those guys are offshore. So we go again. We have airborne. 4 Marines. So we've got an airborne, 4 Marines, and 2 attack choppers. There's a hit by an attack chopper. There's a hit by a Marine, and that's it. 2 hits. Not enough to finish them off. They get to do her again. So there's 3 mechs defending for 2 hits. All right, well, 2 hits by the Soviets killed 2 mechs, leaving 1. And then the Soviets have to take 2 hits, kill the airborne and 1 Marine. Okay, so here they go again. Get rid of the airborne. Get rid of one of the Marines. There they go. Okay, there's 2 hits, only needed 1. The Swede defends for a miss. Okay, land battle star for the Soviets. And I'll get things put back. Okay, everything's put back. Soviets go up 2 more to 42. And now it's time for non-combat movement. Okay, the 2 ASFs in the backfire fly back to Baltic states. The 2 SSNs here in A9, since the Soviets now have Caterpillar drive, are going 1, 2, 3, 4 over here to A3 to break out into the North Atlantic. And just because they can, these 2 diesel boats are going to come out of here to A7. That was a move of 2. Okay, this MBT from Western Ukraine, 1, 2, into Western Poland to join his brothers. Pick these up while I can reach them. The strategic bomber flew back to Volgograd. The early gen fighter and the fighter, ground attack fighter, both fly back to Tehran. And I believe that's it. Well, no, that ain't quite it. These 2 early gen MBTs are going to move to eastern Algeria. And that'll do for the moment there. This SSN and A19 will go 1, 2, 3 down there to join his buddy at A39. And the diesel boat in A4 is also going to move over to A39. And I think that will do it for non-combat movement. Nope, look at Doggy. Dog got under my feet. I couldn't see him and almost tripped on him. Drug him across the floor. I think I scared him. I didn't hurt him, but I just, like I said, my foot got hooked under him and I drug him across the floor. Okay, placing units. Minor Army base there in Southern Caucasia. Turn that way just a bit. MBT and a SPAG into Tehran. Two SSNs, A9, and two MBTs to Murmansk. Okay, that's units placed. Now we need a recruitment roll for PRF. They've got 5 zones. Yep, they got it. So PRF wants, what does PRF wants? I think PRF wants 2 paramilitaries. Yep, they want 2 paramilitary that they're going to put here in Morocco. There we go. Okay, now we are delivering aid. So, the advisors are in place. We got 2 SSNs delivered to PRF there. Now we've got 2 early gen fighters into Baghdad. And for Angola, early gen fighter airlifts in. SAM comes in by sea through the minor port. Okay, that's that. Hey, you know what? I forgot something. I forgot to roll the diplomacy for Iraq. Nope, didn't get it. Have to try again some other time. Okay, collect money, 42 for the Soviets. Starting to get up there in money a little bit. 42, and what they got here, 4 battle stars is what they've got in their bank. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, the Soviets have expended all of their pre-war cruise missiles. Okay, Ozark Outpost, over and out.